Welcome to the channel, friends. So today's video is going to be removing and installing a wheel stud on a Polaris Sportsman ATV. So if this is going to interest you, stay tuned and I hope you enjoy the video. Alright, so welcome back, guys. Before I get into the install of the wheel stud, I want to just touch base with you guys what's going on in the channel and what I have here in the garage right now. So as you can see here, I have my XP1000 Hunter. That's my machine. The machine we'll be doing the install on is the Sportsman 850 Premium Trail. This is a 2020 model, and I got a lot of good videos in my playlist for this machine here, both machines actually. I did the lift kit on this machine not too long ago. That video is up. I've done a bunch of work on here, including clutch kit, Checo race and pinion plate, what else? Side armor rails, as you can see right there. Really nice addition to the machine. Adds a lot of protection. Hand guards, grab rail, what else? Tiger tail that I recessed. If you guys want to know how I did this, I might make a video of it, but I recessed the tiger tail so it's up out of the way and not hanging out the back, so I can still have my drawbar for my trailer, which is right there, sweet trailer. But anyways, I can still have my trailer hooked up to the receiver hitch on this and still have my tiger tail ready to go if I need it. So I did a direct bolt to the back side of that frame. Really easy install. I might make a video of that soon, but those are the machines. I do have a heated grip video coming for this. This machine already has heated grips and thumb from the factory, but I will be installing the Polaris package on this machine because it does not have it. So really nice machine, really nice tires, really happy with the clutching on this machine, much better hookup. And also the headlights are just phenomenal. They just look so cool. These new 2020 Premium Trail headlights. But also I have here the ITP milled bead locks. These are some sweet wheels. I can't wait to put them on. The Blackwater tires I have here. So as you can see, those are 28-inch Blackwater Evolution tires. These are going to go on my machine. I cannot wait to try them out because with the addition of the clutch kit, it's going to be perfect, kind of made up when it comes to larger tire, with a little more aggressive tread, but a little more tame when it comes to trail riding, because these mud tires, they're great and all, but they are a little more stiffer and kind of just a little more feedback in the steering than something lighter and more pliable like the Blackwater Evolutions. So more reviews coming soon with the tires themselves on all 3 tire sets I have here. Do like a comparison video or something, but I have things in the works for that. So I already went ahead and purchased a wheel stud and lug nut. This is the package for the wheel stud. That's the part number there. And it should be a pretty simple install. I'm just going to take the tires off and then get right into it and show you guys what the process looks like. Alright, so here is the broken wheel stud up close. So I guess this is a defective stud, because all the rest of them, when I torqued them to 75 foot-pounds, which is what the Polaris spec is for the lug nuts, they did fine. You know, they threaded on and they secured properly with a torque wrench. But I guess this one here, it just snapped. It kept on spinning like the traditional, you know, what happens when you break a wheel stud. It just, you're tightening, tightening, tightening. It keeps on spinning, and then you're like, oh no, this is not good. And then it snapped. So it's as simple as backing this off and then installing the new one. So I'll show you guys what that looks like. And I'm gonna go ahead probably and install this to 70 foot-pounds and not 75 for all the lug nuts, and see how that does, because these Polaris studs I think are soft, and they just, a lot of them snap off, whether it's on a Razor or a Sportsman or a General. I hear a lot of stories of people snapping wheel studs when going to the factory spec. So I will come down just 5 foot-pounds and see how that does for me. So let's start taking this out and apart, and it should be a quick process, and it should be back and running in no time with the help of the proper tools. Alright, so there's 2 ways of doing this. You essentially can use a puller, like this Pitman arm puller. This works, and you can set it right in behind the hub, and then wrench in the pulling stud on it, and it will pop it out. But this is a newer machine, and it should pop right out with just the use of a hammer. All you have to do is lightly tap on the stud itself. If you had more of the thread exposed, I would go ahead and probably thread on an old lug nut, or if you can find a nut that fits that thread, put a nut on there so it doesn't damage the flange here on the hub, because you don't want to bang up on this surface here. That's where your tire mounts. So simple as this. It should just be a couple light taps and it should come right out. Then go ahead and grab yourself a punch and just drive the rest of it out. And it came right out. So let's go ahead and install the new one now. As you can see, the new one's not going to fit. I will have to rotate this now to get it into a position in which it will accept the new wheel stud. Just remove any dirt and debris that's inside of the through hole for the stud, and then go ahead and install your new wheel stud. So then you want to go ahead and lightly tap the back side of the wheel stud and to fully seat all the splines into the hub. Now to pull the stud back into place, there's a couple ways of doing it. You could tap on it with a hammer like I was just doing until it's fully seated, but you're going to realize that it's going to get extremely hard once it gets like 1/8 of an inch away from being fully seated up against the back side of the hub. So a little trick here is I'm just using like a 5/8 inch section of copper pipe and a washer. That way it doesn't ruin the mounting flange here on the hub, and then that way the washer will make contact with the lug nut so it doesn't ruin the lug nut either. And then now you're going to pull that stud into place by using this kind of makeshift installer. So there it is. Now the wheel stud is installed and that is fully seated, but you want to go ahead after you mount your wheel and tire back up, torque it to whatever you want to torque it to. I'm going to torque it to 70 foot-pounds this time around, and then recheck it because this will settle in just a little bit. Even though we did pull it into place, you always want to recheck it. So that's the little project for today. I have more videos coming up. We're going riding in a couple weeks, so stay tuned for more videos, and happy riding, guys. Well, guys, that's it for today. I really hope you enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions or comments, please place them right down below. And if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.